Hey everybody, this is Contral Hunter, and I finally got my other package from the US Mint. This should be my 2023 uncirculated peace dollar. What I need to tell you is that though they both sold for the same price, the peace dollar cost me an extra $32.24 and took an extra few days to get here. I'll tell you why in just a second. Hey everybody, this is James and you're watching my channel, Contral Hunter, and that's right, I finally got my peace dollar in. I got my Morgan a few days ago and I did a video on that. It's right here. I'm really pleased. This one didn't come quite as quickly and we'll get into that in a minute. First, I want to just speak about, I was a bit misinformed, I should say, when I was talking about the Morgan dollar. I started my video asking if I might have lucked out and got one of the Director's Strike editions. Now, it turns out that the US Mint director actually attended the Mint on July the 10th and struck 200 peace dollars. I thought they were the Morgans and the peace, but it's just the peace dollars. So nobody lucked out and struck it rich with a Director's Strike edition of the Morgan dollar. But there's still a chance that I got one of the 200 very low mint, well, I should say very limited edition Director's Strike of the uncirculated peace dollar in this box. But one thing I want to say is that I got my Morgan dollar really quickly, and the peace dollar actually took several more days to come. And this one ended up costing me $32.24 more. And why do you ask? Well, I wasn't sure why the delay, but when I went to check the tracking for this package to find out where it might be, there was a little notice on there that said there was an amount due. It was a cash on delivery. And the reason for that? Customs and duties. Now, both the Morgan and the peace sold for $76 US. Both of them had the same value. The difference is that the exchange rate on the day when the Morgan was delivered and came through customs put it just under $100 Canadian when we did the conversion. And the $100, for those of you who don't know, is pretty much the threshold at which Canadian Customs will charge a duty. In this case, they would have charged HST, Harmonized Sales Tax. It's a combination of the provincial sales tax and the goods and services tax. In Canada, that's 13%. Well, at least in Ontario, it's 13%. It's different in other provinces where the provincial portion of the tax is different. In any case, the peace dollar, when I got it, check this out. They tell you the exchange rate on the day in question was 1.3188, and that puts the dollar value of this package at a total of $100.23 right there, just over the threshold, which caused me to have to pay another $32. So basically, the government charged me $13.03 of GST. And then for having to deal with that, I have to pay a $17 fee to UPS to manage that, sort of a brokerage customs fee. And then GST on top of that. Oh my goodness. So there you go. I had to pay an extra $32.24. So my cost of this just skyrocketed. So if I ever have to list these two coins, I can probably charge less for the Morgan. The peace, not so much. Anyway, I'm going to just get into this package. We'll take a peek at it. But what I will say is that this one is not rocking and rolling like the other one was. It actually seems pretty tight and secure in there. So that's a good sign. I don't hear any coin rattling around. That's also a good sign. Well, let's get in and see what we got. All right, there was no way I was going to be able to do that with one hand with the camera on. There was so much glue on there. I mean, it was just nearly impossible. And of course, the funny thing was that after I got it open, I realized I had a knife right there that I didn't use. I could have gone in way quicker. So I haven't opened it. I haven't looked. We'll know right away if I got a Director's Strike edition because the case is going to say Director's Strike right at the top. If it doesn't, I'm not going to be sad about it. I didn't even know about it. It wasn't even a thing until last week, apparently. But we'll find out together as I open it up. And I did not. I've got the box that says United States Mint 2023 peace dollar, Philadelphia. That's all I was expecting anyhow. So let's, well, I'll get this out and we'll take a look together. Well, I got my 2023 Morgan out here. It seems like a pretty good backdrop, but we'll get into the piece dollar here. So slide that out, and we can see here sort of pretty dark United States Mint with their emblem. And if I can get this open, I might have to two-hand it. All right, I did it. There is my certificate of authenticity telling me that my piece dollar is 3/9 fine silver, 0.859 troy ounces. And there she be. Again, they're pretty tight in there, but there is that piece dollar in God We Trust 2023. And just looking at it, it looks pretty good. I can see a little mark. Is that just on the case? I'm not sure. We'll have to put that under the scope. We'll flip it over, and that beautiful eagle. And again, I'm seeing a little bit of something on there that might be in the case, and it could just be lint. You know, I know they try to take precautions to avoid getting things in the capsule, but and I'm not going to try to take it out of the capsule to confirm anything, but we will take a closer look under the scope. We'll start with the obverse. All right, here it is. And there is that uncirculated finish, the burnished finish, and I don't actually see any marks. And in fact, if I wipe it away, I think what we're just getting is lint on the case. So I don't think there's anything in the case. And the fields look great. It looks like we got a good strike. Let's see if that's just another mark at the top of the screen by the E. That's hard to say. That one is not just coming off if I wipe it. Might be just a tiny little mark in there. But otherwise, the fields look good. There's lots of good detail. And there's a little mark right there. So that appears to be some kind of a defect on the planchet right there above the motto, "In God We Trust." That was what I originally saw. It's reflecting the light. I'm going to take the loop to it and try to get a really closer look, and I'll tell you what I'm seeing. So I've looked at it with the loop now, and I've got it back under the scope, and my conclusion is that very definitely this is a defect in the coin. This is not going to get an MS-70 for sure. It's actually like a hole on the surface of the coin. It is, and you can see how big it is. It's actually visible to the naked eye. I saw it before I even looked at it. I hoped that might have just been something on the case or maybe in the case, but with the loop I can clearly see it is actually a little bit of a crater. There's no scratches or anything around it. It almost looks as though something could have gouged out a little piece, but there's no other real damage around it. It could be a flawed planchet. I don't know. I'm going to ask anyone to just write in the comments, what do you think has actually happened here? Is this damage that was after the initial strike, do you think? Or is this something that was a flaw with the planchet at the time of striking? I mean, otherwise the coin is beautiful, but it's very clearly an issue right there. Again, if I just, I can get all the little lint and other things away, and otherwise the coin is in perfect condition, but there's definitely something right there above trust on the coin. So, I mean, it's a beautiful coin, so don't get me wrong, I'm really happy about it, but I am a little bit disappointed because I think we're all hoping to get a flawed coin, and just my experience with the Morgan, which I really did think was flawless and probably could get an MS-70, I was really hoping that my experience with both coins would be the same, but that's not the case with this. So yeah, a bit disappointing. Not to mention the fact that it cost me another $32 Canadian to get it here, because just on the day it shipped, or at the particular moment in time that it went through customs, it just triggered the additional customs and duties. So anyway, let me know what you think about that. I'd love to hear other people's experiences who have opened up their Morgans and piece dollars. Did you get a flawless coin? Were there any imperfections in yours? I clearly got an imperfection here. And what would you do if you were me? Would you return this to the mint. They're sold out. So I think the only ones that are going to be available are ones that other people have returned, either because maybe they're flawless and they bought too many and they changed their mind. And I have to pay the return shipping to the mint if I want to return this. I'm not sure what the process is, if they will accept this and replace it. Let me know what you think and what you think I should do. Or should I just be happy with a 2023 peace dollar with a tiny little chip out of the surface of the coin? I'd be curious to know what you guys think. So, well, that is it. That's my peace dollar. It's not perfect. I had hoped it would be. It's still a beautiful coin there. And I'm really, really happy with the Morgan that I got, that I detailed in my last video. So let me know what you think. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, of course, do that. It's Cadroll Hunter. And give the video a like so other people will see these videos. And hit that notification bell so you're alerted when my videos come out. I'm usually doing coin roll hunting, collections. Every once in a while I do something like this. And I focus typically on Canadian coins. So this is a bit of an exception. I really wanted to get in on the Morgans and Peace. I missed out in 2021. In any case, I appreciate you watching the video. Thank you so much. And I hope to see you again next time.